If you're a beginner slots enthusiast, use my 5-spin method at your casino to win more often at slots. But remember, it won't take but a hot minute before you become an advanced user who knows it's more than just a way to win at slots. It's also a slot machine and casino assessment tool you can use to succeed during your next casino visit. The 5-spin method is deceptively simple to explain, but what this winning slots strategy accomplishes for you is sophisticated. But first, what is it? Here's what to do. Sit down at a slot machine and make up to 5 bets, but stop playing if you win anything, even if it's less than how much you bet. This win is called a taste. Next, move to another slot machine and repeat. What you are doing is collecting tastes. Do this on slot machine after slot machine. When you do this, after about a hot minute, you'll stop being a newbie slots player. What'll happen is you'll start asking questions. As well you should, because that's what advanced players do. That's the 5-spin method and what you need to know. Good luck using it at your casino. The rest of this rather long video speaks to its sophistication and ways to make the most of using this winning slot strategy by integrating it with my other winning slots methods, where the sum becomes more than its parts. As you move from machine to machine, you will eventually find a slot machine on which you'll win a lot and not want to leave. So what do? At Peppermill Casino in Reno earlier yesterday, I won $183 on my first 88-cent minimum bet. If you are a newbie slots player, stick with my 5-spin method and keep collecting tastes from other slot machines. But a moment of thought leads to other ideas. Maybe this slot machine would continue to be a winner if I continued to play it? Maybe. Perhaps the casino set that slot machine to have winning odds at that time in that day? But the newbie sticks to the 5-spin method while the advanced user a minute later does what exactly? The advanced player uses another plan, my tough love approach. Here's the card for that. They pause my 5-spin method and further evaluate that candidate slot machine to check if it is a winner. That's what winners do. Unfortunately, continuing to play that slot machine looks like what an out-of-control slots player would do, because many slots players use my winning slot strategies to win and then suddenly find out something about themselves. They learn they want to return their winnings to the casino and leave with nothing. What type of slots player are you? The player with a plan? Even two? Or will you give it all back like so many others? Whichever happens, I make no judgments. It can be fun to blow your winnings. Which among us hasn't done that? But maybe you want to get some or all of those winnings home. And that means another plan or two. Your big picture plans. The 5-spin method is an assessment tool. Of what, you ask? First, use it to assess slot machines. When I visit new-to-me casinos in my reviews, I use my 5-spin method to find winning slot machines. You can watch me do this in my 5-spin demonstration videos here on YouTube. Here's the link. Play 20, 50, or more slot machines at your casino to find candidate winning slots. It may take several visits, but it won't be long before you know which slot machines to play and which to avoid. Soon, you'll learn your casino. Learn it well to win at slots in this way and others as you travel on your slots journey. Second, use my 5-spin method to assess the casino during your visit. Yes, other ways to assess your casino don't require spending money, but that's another winning slot strategy, casino observation. Here's the link. Slot machine manufacturers do more than make slot machines. They also make central servers for casinos that control the odds of slot machines within legal limits. These operating systems arrived in 2012, and casinos were so excited that all casinos which could have them got them. What's going on can be hard to understand, but only because players have been misled or don't want to know. I'm so sorry about the misleading information from 2009 by a table game expert thinking odds on slots were like the odds of a card game. And if you don't want to know, I'll see you later, as others are more important because they want my help. Every casino has lots of player marketing data. They know when people arrive on sunny days, rainy days, in the fall, when spring arrives, and so much else. They know what to do on each day of the week and hour of the day. But casinos don't adjust the odds of winning because you sit down at a slot machine. Not unless you're Brian Christopher and scheduled your visit a few weeks ago. If you are Brian Christopher, let me say, big fan, sir, and well done. Use my 5-spin method with minimum bets to assess your casino when you arrive. If your wins are few and far between, take a break and find something else to do, because you're looking for that time and day when the casino scheduled wins on a few slot machines weeks ago. Part of the sophistication of my 5-spin method, as if what I've already mentioned wasn't enough, is that it has built-in loss limit and preserving gains slots bankroll management techniques. Here's the link. Loss limits are just like it sounds. You're only making up to 5 bets on each slot machine. That will limit your losses, which all by itself at casinos that don't have tastes will help you play longer. Preserving gains is also just like it sounds. With my 5-spin method, you walk away with whatever you've won. You get to keep your winnings. My apologies, but I don't mean to scare you with calculus. I mean the branch of mathematics called statistics. If you like slots, then knowing something about statistics helps. But what if you don't know statistics? Well, let me try explaining without using words you don't understand. If you roll a 6-sided die, it will land on a side, and there is an equal chance it will land on one of those sides. This type of random behavior is called a uniform distribution, and slot machines are random, but they don't have an equal chance for every possible outcome of a bet. Why not? Because then the top jackpot would be just as likely as a 0 win. And casinos most certainly don't want that. So going back to the metaphor, they made their 6-sided die out of clay and then deformed it. Now, some sides are smaller and less likely to be landed on, while others are bigger and more likely to be landed on. The size of each side determines the random distribution, and slot machine outcomes are similarly varied. Slot machine manufacturers provide many random distributions from which casinos can select as desired. The casino central server applies the desired random distribution at any scheduled time. I'm sorry if this statistical principle blows the lid off how you thought slot machines worked. It's just computer engineering. There's much more to tell you about using my 5-spin method. There's using it in a high-limit slot room, and whether you could use 8 spins instead of 5 at your casino for better results. And don't forget to optimize which slot machines you play by choosing them carefully. Highly visible locations, here's the link, are so helpful. And then there's when to use my 5-spin method, like at 4 a.m. after a holiday celebration or a well-attended casino promotional event. In the future, I'll expand on other ways to use my 5-spin method at your casino, both where it works and where it doesn't work. I'm looking at you, Washington State, although the built-in money management techniques make it seem like it does. If this sophisticated information seems like a bit too much to you, I recommend rewatching this free content now and again later to capture its many important concepts. But if you want some help putting all this together on your slots journey, as I demonstrate myself in this 5-spin method demonstration video from Oklahoma's Choctaw Durant, then I highly recommend taking Slots Labs, my 6-week instructor-led advanced slots course with group coaching. I offer Slots Labs a few times a year, and class size is strictly limited.